Hey everybody, it's Rich and Kenny down along the river. Rich's River Smokers, West Virginia. Tonight what we're going to do for you is we're going to prepare a brisket. And we're going to show you how we are going to cook a whole pack of brisket from Costco, 16 pounder, on the pit barrel cooker. Stay with us. Alright folks, we got our brisket on our pit barrel. Look at that color. And man, does it take every bit of the pit barrel. Look at that. Every bit of it. I wouldn't trust it to hang it. Might hang too low. Right here, the point is literally rubbing against the barrel. We trimmed it up a little bit, like I said, but well, let's get this thing going. Hey everybody, you just saw that brisket. Wow, was it amazing? It looks amazing. It smells great. The injection we're using is something new. I'm not going to disclose that right now. The rub we use is incredible. Michael Petrie, and we used my hot and spicy and all-purpose. So, we got on the pit barrel cooker. We're on a Vaughn's Vaughn's wood product, smoke wood, with a little cherry and pecan. So, guys, we're gonna see you in a couple hours. We just put this thing on.
Guys, it's been 2 hours exactly on the money, and we started at 38 degrees. 2 hours later, we're at 123 degrees internal.
Let's take a look at this brisket together.
Oh, wow. Look at that. That brisket looks great. That point looks great. We might want to give her a squirt here in another half hour. Maybe with some cold water. Leave that bark sit up just a little bit more, I think. But we're going to hit her with some cold water.
All right, guys, it's been 2.5 hours. We're going to go ahead and we're on the porch today, a little bit of rain. We're going to go ahead and spritz this. And then spritz it up with a little bit of cold water. That's all we're going to use. Hit a little cold water, keep it, keep it pliable. So there you are, man. This brisket is looking and smelling fantastic. And we are at 131 degrees internal. And we are going to be wrapping this thing very soon. All right, guys. It's been 4 hours exactly. It's a little cool out here on the river today. It was raining. That's why we're on the porch. So it's been 4 hours exactly. Let's check on that brisket.
Hey, y'all. There we go. We got 154 degrees internal. We were shooting for 165, but the color I was getting, I think I have is amazing. So let's take a look at it. What I learned about the pit barrel cooker is to pull it slow, you'll get ashes. So we'll pull it slow. And look at that brisket. The color is awesome. So I think what we're gonna do, you guys can see that. That is awesome. Look at the color. Then we're gonna go ahead and pull this thing and we're gonna wrap it up. Everybody, we're back inside. That brisket is smelling great, isn't it, babe?
Yeah, it is.
I'll tell you, well, I was gonna leave it off. I'm telling you, I've never really had a brisket have this kind of color. I don't know if you can get a close-up of this, babe. But the color of that brisket is great. The bark is just phenomenal. The juice is just pushed down. Now, remember, we did inject it. Look at that. Wow. All right. So, guys, we're going to put this in aluminum foil. You sure you're good holding it?
I'm fine holding it. Why?
All right. Now, we did trim some fat. And look, the fat did take... Woo! The fat... Oh, you can see that. You see that?
Yeah.
The fat took a little, took the abuse, and that flat beefed up. Now we're gonna just go ahead and we are gonna wrap this thing up.
Hold it, hold it.
All right, guys, we got that consomme in there. We got that thing wrapped up, put it in a pan. Then I'm gonna spring a leak. So let's get this thing back on the cooker. All right, guys, we got that pan in there with our probe in there. Our brisket's in there. We're gonna cook this thing to 213 degrees, and then we'll get out there and take a look at it and leave it rest. All right, guys, we got the brisket, in the cooker, and let's just recap. Let's do something here. All right, let's recap. What we did is we got a USDA prime brisket from Costco, and I've never cooked a brisket on the pit barrel cooker. I've cooked chicken, turkey, steak, hamburgers, hot dogs, pork butt, you name it. I cooked it except for, the ever so hard to cook brisket. So we got that going on. So we trimmed the fat down pretty good. If you could take notice, I trimmed the fat down. You can see the point, the flat. Now, I don't like a lot, I just like trimming that fat down. I didn't separate it. It's not a comp cook. But however, we are trying a new competition injection now, which I'm not going to disclose to you. But however, we did use Michael Petrie's It's Incredible as a base. The injection coming out was the binder. And we put a dash of my River Dirt Hot and Spicy and my River Dirt All-Purpose over top of that. And let me tell you something. We let it sit overnight, and I opened up the refrigerator this morning to bring it out to put it on the cooker, and it smelled amazing in the refrigerator. And it smells amazing cooking. It's before we put it in the pan. So guys, we put it on at 6:30 in the morning. And we wrapped it at 10:30. It was about 153, 154 internal. We wrapped it in a pan, aluminum foil using consomme only. And we are going to see what flavor of this new injection we come up with, and our rubs, see how they taste like. So, guys, it took us 4 hours to get there. And I'm assuming because of my my experience cooking briskets, that we are running 275 and higher. We are running probably about maybe 290, 300, something like around in there, if we're wrapping in 4 hours. Maybe 275, I could be wrong, but at least 275 and up. So we are on the roll. And again, we use pecan and cherry wood from Vaughn Wood Products. I'll leave their description. I'll leave their link in the description box. It's show more. I just put this thing on, so we're going to come back when it reaches 213, and we will give you all the total cook time, and we're going to let this thing rest for a right good while. We got a couple of things we can maybe do this. We got to do this afternoon. Leave this thing rest, and we'll come back later this evening for a taste test, but we will pull it off when we hit 213. Stick with us. All right, guys, this brisket is done. At 210, it finished off, and we are going to take it inside, and we're going to let this puppy rest for about 2 hours, and we'll see you on the cutting board. All right, guys, look at that brisket. Wow, it is just jiggly, just sitting there, and we're going to leave this thing steam off for about 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and we're going to put her to rest. All right, guys, we have our brisket, which shrunk up pretty good. We're going to cut our flat from our point. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, this thing is just fall off. Look at that. I mean, that's just, how tender that is. That's crazy. It's crazy. So here's our flat. And you'll see underneath, let's get the fat. Our fat protected our meat. So let's go ahead and get it cut up on here.
All right, guys, look at this. I don't know if you can see this. We'll turn this thing around. Look at the smoke ring. Whoa. Look at the smoke ring that thing has right there. That is crazy. Look at that. We're going to go ahead and reach in here and get a piece. Everybody, I'll tell you what. This prime brisket is ready to go. What do you think of that?
It looks good.
And that smoke ring. Look at that. Oh, I can't hold it very good. I don't want to mess up my white gloves. You can see a smoke ring. Look at that. That is crazy. That is nuts. So, well, we took the 210 degrees, folks. So, I'll go ahead and get this fat cut off the bottom right here. And if you don't have a set of Gunther Wilhelm knives, get you a set. All right, here we go. Look at that. That's a beautiful slice for the box. Beautiful. That's a beautiful slice for the box. Right there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pulls right apart. Go ahead and get in there and wow. That's absolutely crazy. It sure is. Whew. You get the open pit, that pit barrel, and you get the injection we used. You can see the false fates are working. See that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, you can see that. You can't.
You can't, but I can.
But the false fates are really working. Little injection we come up with. So, you fetch me and get in bottles, baby. So I guess I should have my stuff together, yeah. So what we did is we started with Michael Petrie's It's Incredible Have Made Products. I'll leave a link to his website in the description box. And what we did is when we let that Incredible set, we come over the top of that with a little bit of hot and spicy. And I mean just a little bit of hot and spicy. You can find this on my website at richesriverbbq.com. Get you some. And we let that sit and we come over top of that with a little bit of my all-purpose. This is our #1 seller, the most talked about of our rubs, and this is awesome on anything, and this is including brisket. So get this. I also get it at richesriverbbq.com. So I cannot get over, I mean, this is a little thick slice. Oh, look at that. That pit barrel rocked it out. And if you guys haven't got you a pit barrel, you must get you a pit barrel. So that pit barrel sure did rock this brisket, didn't it, baby?
Yeah, it did.
Look at that. Big old nice slice for the judges to chew on. That is crazy right there. So guys, try this out. If you get you a prime brisket, get on Michael's website and get you some heaven-made products. It's incredible. And come up with your own injection and go to my website, richesriverbbq.com, and get you some of my hot and spicy and some all-purpose. And it is phenomenal. So we're going to get this thing sliced up. You can find all the links to everything in the description box, including my social media, my PayPal. And guys, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, it's crazy. And I really can't get over that smoke ring. That smoke ring is crazy. So guys, share with your friends and family in the world. And when you do share with them, tell them the best barbecue comes from the river. And we'll see you on the next one.